Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our English News Edition. Thank you for joining us. An Albanian military helicopter crashed today in Shkodra Lake, killing the pilot, a lieutenant, and leaving one soldier injured. The soldier has been stabilized and was sent to Tirana Hospital. Official sources say that the helicopter took off from Farka at 12 o'clock for a pre-planned training flight. The last contact the helicopter had with the Control Reporting Center of Renas Airport was at 13:45. After losing contact with the helicopter, another helicopter was dispatched to the search area. The chief of the armed forces confirmed the death of the pilot and the lieutenant and the injury of the soldier in the tragic helicopter crash. He also confirmed that the helicopter was in a training flight and added that it's too early to determine the cause of the crash, but that an investigation has been launched. The Albanian capital was shocked today by a family crime. A 29-year-old employee of the Albanian Guard murdered his 28-year-old wife in the presence of their 4-year-old son and 10-month-old daughter this morning in their rented house in Tirana. The guard confessed to the police that he murdered his wife out of jealousy. After killing his wife, the man sent his children to the neighbors and stayed in the house waiting for the police. His wife was sent to the hospital, but was declared dead after only 1 hour. The neighbors say that the woman tried to go out of the house as the fight between her and her husband started, but she was shot several times before being able to leave. The neighbors called the police immediately and notified the family of the woman. According to the confession given at the police station, the couple had been fighting for several months. The Minister of Justice commented on the Panama Papers, declaring that the Albanian government will make legal changes based on the new German law obligating companies to reveal their true shareholders. The initiative will regulate the law not only for concession companies, but also to prevent money laundering schemes and the transfer of capital to escape paying taxes. Magnani stated yesterday the German Minister of Justice announced an initiative stating that every offshore company which invests in Germany should make the names of its shareholders public. We will negotiate to follow this model and make that applicable in Albania as well. He added that local and foreign ministries of finance will work together for legislative changes, stating, "We are considering where in the legislation we can intervene. The Ministry of Finance, working along with foreign experts in finance and money laundering, will be able to create new legislation to provide transparency," said the minister. He also expressed his support for the prosecution's investigation of offshore companies that operate in our country who could have hidden their revenues. After the scandal of the Panama Papers, the government has set up a group with representatives from several ministries to investigate the issue of offshore companies who transfer their profits to countries known as a fiscal paradise in order to escape taxation. The Minister of Economy declared today that all concession companies for which there is no information about their real shareholders or transactions will be investigated. We are not only investigating the GFI, but also other concession companies for which we are gathering data. We are investigating any companies that have been indicated. In addition to the Albanian company GFI, a second company is rumored to be part of the Panama Papers file, but the Minister of Economy did not give any data about the name of the second company involved in the scandal. Yesterday, the U.S. Ambassador Donald Liu, acting in a negotiator role, met with the Democratic Party chairman, Luzum Basha, to help the Democratic Party settle their disagreements over justice reform. In a statement today, after meeting with the DP group, Basha gave clear signs that the opposition will not negotiate until its demands are met. Basha declared, "We will see this battle to the end. In situations where the Constitution has been violated, in conditions when this violation is being made to protect people accused of corruption, the majority and Edi Rama seem to advocate crime and corruption. Edi Rama should choose whether he will be the advocate of crime or whether he will reform the justice system. The Democratic Party will attend tomorrow's plenary session in an effort to convince the majority to accept their final two demands. Tomorrow is another opportunity to bring this open violation of the Constitution to an end and to return the country to normal conditions, declared Basha. The Democratic Parliamentary Group has confirmed 10 MPs to defend its decriminalization and Parliamentary Inquiry Commission's initiatives during tomorrow's plenary session. In case the majority refuses their initiatives, the opposition will abandon the plenary session and will return only to vote on the amendments. The President's decree on audio and visual media was overturned today during the Parliamentary Media Commission. According to the Socialist MPs, the President's decree does not have a constitutional basis and that the President has exceeded his legal limits by submitting a law that allows the majority to appoint a head of the Albanian Public Radio Television who is a favorite of only the majority. Several days ago, the President returned the law on audiovisual media to Parliament for review, claiming that the dismissal of the Albanian radio television director with a qualified majority is nonsense. The opposition members were not present at the meeting of the Parliamentary Media Commission today to defend the President's decree. Earlier, the opposition had expressed its stance against the law on audiovisual media during the Commission and in Parliament. A meeting was held today about strengthening the role of the Assembly to implement the legislation that affects the rights of the Roma community. Assembly Speaker Meta declared that the Albanian politicians should meet two challenges in relation to the Roma and Egyptian communities. According to Meta, education and providing shelter are the two main challenges of the Albanian institutions. Mr. Meta announced that a national action plan for the integration of the Roma and Egyptian communities has already been adopted. He added that more willingness is needed to implement the legislation for the respect of Roma community rights. The education level of the Roma young people is necessary in order to facilitate being integrated into the labor market and help them have equal rights within their generation. Also, providing shelter for them is one of the most important challenges. Special attention should be paid to Roma women who should have equal right for vocational education, just like their peers, said the Assembly's Speaker. Roma community representatives present at the meeting demanded to be treated equally and to have the right to study in public universities. MPs and the Ombudsman offered their support to the Roma and Egyptian communities, agreeing that more needs to be done to strengthen their rights. That's the end of our edition for this evening. Thanks again for watching. Please join us again at 6 p.m. tomorrow for more news in English. Thank you and good night.